A couple of small business administration programs have been set up in the wake of the pandemic to help all those small businesses and those that are self-employed out during these hard times. The two most prominent programs are the PPP Loan Forgiveness program and the EIDL loan. In this video, I'll go over everything you need to know about these two programs, and I'll share some updates for June about the PPP and EIDL grants. Just a quick reminder, if you are new here, don't forget to go down below, like this video, and subscribe with the alert bells on so you don't miss any videos in the future. Okay, so first, I want to say that if you are eligible for either the EIDL or PPP loans, you need to go to your bank immediately and apply because these are on a first come, first served basis. The PPP or Paycheck Protection Program actually has $310 billion allocated to it. So this program allows businesses to borrow up to $10 million in loans that are 100% forgivable. That is if they do not lay off employees or they rehire employees that they did lay off prior. Now, the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, or EIDL, actually has $60 billion allocated to it, and it allows businesses to get a loan up to $2 million, of which 10,000 of that are available as an emergency grant that you do not have to pay back. Okay, so let's go over the PPP or Paycheck Protection Program first. So the PPP loan is to cover payroll, as it is the payroll protection program. Basically, this loan could apply to any of your employees on payroll, including yourself, and the main purpose of the PPP loan is so that no one from your business gets laid off or sees a reduction in pay during these times. Now, here are the most essential things you need to know about PPP loan forgiveness. Note that some of the PPP rules were actually changed on June 5th as President Trump signed a new bill into law that actually changed some of the provisions of the PPP. Okay, so for this PPP loan to actually be forgiven, you need to use it for the following things. This can either be payroll costs, rent, utilities, and interest on mortgages. Now, out of all the money you're spending your PPP loan on, at least 60% of it has to be used towards payroll. Now, this is different from the 75% they enacted in the first place, but the recent bill that President Trump signed lowered that amount to 60%. So that's only 60% you need to use it on payroll. Also, for the PPP loan to be fully 100% forgiven, the employer needs to actually keep all of their employees on or rehire employees that they did lay off, and all those employees need to be the same salary or wage that they were at prior to the pandemic. So no wages can be cut, and if there are wages cut or salaries reduced, you're going to have to pay a part of that PPP loan back. So along those same lines, the bill that was just passed actually extended the amount of time from 8 to 24 weeks where employers can actually get those employees back, rehire, and pay them their original salaries or wages. If headcount is reduced or salaries or wages has been reduced, then you definitely will be having to pay back part of that PPP loan. Now, the loan repayment period was actually changed from 2 years to 5 years with a 1% interest rate under these new rules. So if you are not getting it 100% forgiven, you have 5 years at a 1% interest rate to pay it back, which is very good as far as loans go. So it's actually not a bad loan in the first place, even if you do have to pay it back. The date for penalties for a reduction in workforce actually has been moved from June 30th all the way until December 31st of this year. Okay, now those are just the most important details of the PPP. If you guys have any more detailed questions or any questions I didn't cover in regards to the Paycheck Protection Program and its loan forgiveness, put them down below in the comments. Okay, now on to the Economic Injury Disaster Loan and Emergency Advance, or the EIDL loans. Okay, so this is a loan that you can apply for to cover things that maybe you cannot pay off right now because of the pandemic, and these things can include payroll, debts, and other things to keep your business afloat. Now, your business can apply for up to $2 million in loans, and that loan would actually be for up to a 30-year period at a 3.75 APR rate. Now, the good thing about this loan is that up to $10,000 of it can actually be given to you as an emergency grant. Basically, the SBA will look at your application and determine how much of that $10,000 is actually going to be granted to you, meaning you do not have to pay it back. So you might be wondering, can small businesses apply both to the PPP and EIDL programs? And the answer is yes, with one stipulation. You cannot use the funds from both of those programs on the same things. Meaning, let's say you get your PPP loan and you use it for payroll. You cannot then get your EIDL loan and also use that money for payroll. If you all have any specific questions about either the EIDL program or the PPP program, put them down below and I'll make a follow-up video answering your questions. Don't forget to go down, like this video if it was helpful, and go subscribe with that alert bell on so you don't miss any other personal finance or stimulus news. Be on the lookout for episode 2 of How Money Actually Works premiering tomorrow on this channel. Be sure to be subscribed and have a great day.